872. This year, the Danish army moved from Reading to London, where they established winter quarters. The Mercians made peace with the army in the same year. 873. This year, the Danish army went to Northumbria and set up winter quarters in Torksey. 874. This year saw the army move from Lindsey to Repton, where they stayed for the winter, and they drove King Burghred of Mercia overseas after he had ruled for 22 years. They overran the country, while Burghred went to Rome and lived there. His body lies in the Church of St. Mary in the English College. The same year, the Danes gave the throne of Mercia to a foolish king's thane called Ceolwulf. He gave them hostages and swore oaths that the kingdom would be theirs whenever they wished. He swore too that he and all who followed him would be ready to meet the army's needs. 875. This year, the army moved from Repton. Halfdan led part of the army to Northumbria and settled for the winter beside the River Tyne. The army overran that district and often carried out raids on the Picts and the Welsh of Strathclyde. The three Danish kings, Guthrum, Oscetwl and Answep, left Repton for Cambridge, which they occupied for a year with a large army. That summer, King Alfred went to sea with a fleet and fought against 7 Danish ships, capturing one and putting the rest to flight. (876). In this year, the Danish army stole into Wareham, a fort belonging to the West Saxons. Later, the king made peace with the army. They gave King Alfred as hostages the finest men in the army and swore oaths on their holy ring, something they had never before done for any people, that they would leave his kingdom immediately. Taking advantage of this, their cavalry left the fort surreptitiously and entered Exeter. That year, Halfdan divided up the land of Northumbria. The raiders became tillers of the land as well. Rollo and his men invaded Normandy, and he ruled for 53 years. (877). In this year, the Danish army arrived in Exeter from Wareham. Their fleet sailed round the west coast and ran into a powerful storm at sea. They lost 120 ships at Swanage. King Alfred pursued the cavalry with his forces as far as Exeter, but could not overtake them before they reached the fort, where no one could get at them. They gave King Alfred as many prominent hostages as he wanted and swore many oaths to keep the peace. The army moved into Mercia at harvest time. They took some of the produce and gave some to Ceolwulf.